Ukraine's defense forces are actively exerting pressure on the occupiers, resulting in the elimination of over 70 enemy combatants in the past day. This information was provided by a spokesperson from the Eastern Grouping of the Armed Forces of Ukraine. According to reports from the Ukraine Forum, the backwood direction continues to be a focal point where our defense forces have taken the initiative. Our units are relentlessly pressuring the enemy, launching fierce assaults on their positions. During the course of the day, the enemy exhibited strong resistance by firing at our positions a total of 408 times and even launching an airstrike. Within this particular direction, there were 15 intense combat engagements, resulting in the elimination of 77 enemy combatants, the wounding of 172, and the capture of 2 individuals. Moreover, our forces successfully destroyed 2 tanks, 1 armored fighting vehicle, 7 guns, 2 self-propelled artillery systems, a Strela-10 anti-aircraft missile system, an anti-tank missile system, and 1 drone. These developments were announced by Heaterbody during a nationwide telethon. The destroyed racing tanks, which are believed to be T-80s and T-90M Rorev models, were effectively neutralized by the Asgard Group from Ukraine's 120th Separate Reconnaissance Battalion using FPV kamikaze drones. This conclusion can be drawn from a previous post made by Colonel General Alexander Syrsky, the commander of the ground forces of the Armed Forces of Ukraine, on his official Telegram account. It is noteworthy that the Asgard Group, along with the Ochi unit of the 120th Separate Reconnaissance Battalion of the Armed Forces of Ukraine, specializes in utilizing FPV kamikaze drones. In a collaborative effort with the 3rd Separate Assault Brigade, 2 Russian tanks, specifically T-80 and T-90M models, were successfully destroyed. This information was confirmed by the spokesperson for the Eastern Grouping of the Armed Forces of Ukraine. Furthermore, it was mentioned that a general assessment of the Russian army could be derived from Russian prisoners of war who exhibited limited oral communication skills and displayed low levels of motivation. According to Defense Express, Ukraine's ground forces commander reported significant advancements near Bakhmut. On the other hand, UK Defense Intelligence stated that despite Ukrainian progress, Russia remains steadfast in its position regarding Bakhmut. Renowned military blogger Igor Jerkin has once again expressed a critical evaluation of Russia's prospects on the battlefield in Ukraine. Jerkin asserts that Kiev's forces have the potential to achieve a breakthrough in their counteroffensive on the southern front. As the former commander, also known as Strelkov, Jerkin played a significant role in the conflict in Ukraine's Donbass region back in 2014. He has consistently denounced Russia's military high command for their actions during the full-scale invasion of Ukraine, despite his personal support for the cause. War Channel's translated tweet by Kirkin expressed his concerns about the insufficient troop levels of Russian forces in certain directions, reaching only 70% of the expected strength. In areas of intense battles, the situation was even worse, with significantly lower troop numbers. Although Kirkin acknowledged that this was an improvement compared to troop levels at the end of the previous summer, where 20% understaffing was considered normal, he highlighted that Russian losses were not being replenished by reinforcements or reservists from the rear. Without prompt action, he warned that the enemy would have an unfortunate opportunity to penetrate the defense in Zaporizhzhia, making it exceedingly challenging to halt their advances. Griffin emphasized the criticality of addressing this issue swiftly, acknowledging the sluggish pace of their counteroffensive initiated on June 6. Ukraine has openly admitted to facing challenges due to the formidable deep defenses constructed by Russia along the 600-mile front line. Despite this, Jerkin asserts that even this fortified line would fail to impede the progress of Ukrainian troops if there is a shortage of trained and well-equipped Russian soldiers. He further states that if these soldiers perish in battle, there would be no remaining force to halt the enemy's advance. According to Jerkin, the critical question at hand is whether Ukraine's forces can break through Russian defenses within the next 2 to 3 weeks, all while enduring significant casualties in the process. Continuing his remarks, Kirkin proceeded to accuse Valery Gerasimov, the head of Russia's command in Ukraine, of inadequately preparing and equipping reserves. He warned that the transfer of troops to the front lines poses a significant risk, as it could leave other areas vulnerable. Kirkin expressed concerns about these units lacking experience, proper vehicles, and competent commanders, predicting that they would simply be crushed by the enemy. These comments come amidst reports of overnight attacks in southern Ukraine involving Iranian-made Shahed drones and shelling by Russian forces. Local authorities confirmed that the attacks occurred in the Mykolaiv and Zaporizhia oblasts, with the outskirts of Zaporizhia city being targeted by Russian troops, as stated by the regional governor. In an ongoing effort, Ukraine persisted with its counter-offensive across at least 3 sectors of the front line on Friday, specifically focusing on the Melitopol and Berdyansk directions. The Ukrainian General Staff reported that their troops had attained partial success in the southwest region of Bakhmut, particularly in the area known as Donetsk Oblast, where intense fighting has persisted for several months.